Happy Pump Day, everybody. Hope you're getting your workout in today. If not this morning, then this evening. If not this evening, sporadically throughout the day. You get the point, get it in. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about how to adjust your workouts to help with specifically muscle gain. Women will come in here and tell me they want to tone. They don't want to bulk up, but they want to tone. Fun fact, that's a misnomer. Without supplemental aid, as a woman, you cannot accidentally look like a man. It's not going to happen. The worst case scenario when you're working out is you're going to get strong. And you're going to get that tone that you want to get done, which is really nice. And for guys, bulking, toning and bulking, it means the exact same thing. It just changes kind of like how you actually address your workouts, the frequency, the intensity, and then of course, like I went back and talked about a little bit in a previous video, how you fuel your body. All right, so the main way to really stimulate muscle growth, once you get conditioned, so your body isn't used to working out, you go and you start doing push-ups, squats, jumping jacks, burpees, you know, all that fun stuff, and your body starts adjusting and adapting to that, and then you hit your first plateau. That's when we need to change up your workout to kind of like ramp up the weight, the activity, the intensity, the frequency, things like that. So I want to make sure that one of the key things that you guys keep in mind is progressive overload. You hear it everywhere, and basically what that means is that if you start 2 years ago, let's say on your journey, and you were using 15-pound dumbbells for a chest press, you should not still be using the 15-pound dumbbells, right? You should be more. You should have been, over the last 2 years, progressively moving up your weight. And that can either be done by doing 8 reps with 15-pound dumbbells to going to 10 to 12 to 15, and then going up and using the 20-pound dumbbells for 8, 12, whatever, or just going from 8 reps of 15 pounds, now you're doing it with 20, 25, yada, yada, yada. Keep in mind, all of this is based on form. Form dictates how much weight you use and how many reps you do. I don't care what your ego says. I don't care if you've got a goal or a deadline approaching. You do it with good form or you're going to get an injury and you won't be able to do it at all. Right? So put your ego away and use quality over quantity. Now that said, if it just sucks, suck it up, buttercup, and get the work done. Now, all right, so again, progressive overload. You start one way, you're constantly working to get better. That's why I strongly recommend you guys track what you're doing. That's why if you work with me, I'm always running around with a notebook or a piece of paper or something like that, because I'm tracking to make sure that we are progressively overloading and getting stronger and better. And if the progressive overload is focusing on form, then you using a body weight squat, which isn't that great, gets to a body weight squat, which is gorgeous, that would count as progressive overload, not really by definition, but in the sense that you are progressing, you are constantly working to be better, not just staying the status quo. All right? So now one of the ways to really help stimulate the muscle growth, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is to use, I actually started doing this before I even learned anything about fitness, which is cool that I was just kind of validated. And it's a common theme. If you're in fitness, you know about it. Supersets and Powersets. Don't disqualify these guys. They're wonderful. It overstimulates the muscle, and when you do it in a safe way, it stimulates the growth because, you know, we can get used to doing one thing quite easily. Our bodies are meant to adapt, but then when you're constantly asking it to do this, get tired. Now, while you're tired, now go do this. Your body's like, wait a minute, no, I'm supposed to rest. And then you go, no, you're not going to rest, you're going to do this instead. And the body is forced to adapt again. And it's also nice because if you can do it in full range, again, quality over quantity, you can really work those attachment points of the muscle, and that not only makes the muscle itself strong, so if you're talking about your pec, but then it'll make the attachment points of like where the pec and the pec minor joins into the arm, and the collarbone and all that fun stuff, and then you're more resilient against injury. So it's not just about making the muscle strong, it's about making the ligaments and the attachment points, the tendons, all of that strong, just making you overall resilient so you can go out and live life and have a ton of fun doing it without being too scared of an injury and being able to trust yourself. That's one thing that I talked about with one of my clients last night, is it's not only being able to do all these things, but to trust yourself, to be able to catch yourself if you accidentally trip, or to be able to get out of the way if you drop a weight. You know, you need to be able to trust yourself that you actually can do it. Believe that you can do it, and then trust yourself that you can get out of it if you trip up, because we are all human. It will happen. And don't hold your self-worth or your ability to succeed on the times that you trip up, because it's just life. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate a couple supersets. So the difference between a superset and a power set. Superset is 2 exercises. Power set is 3 or more. Standardly, I definitely do these guys all the time, particularly with my chest and my shoulders. So with my chest, I usually do a superset, and then then with my shoulders, I usually do a power set. But for this demonstration, I'm going to show you a power set for the chest and then a superset for the shoulders. And what I will be doing is I will be doing a push-up for the chest, followed immediately by a chest press on, and I like a stability ball. Because of my shoulder, I have a tear in it. It doesn't really like bench presses very much, so I use dumbbell chest presses, usually on a stability ball to stimulate the glutes and the back half of the body. And then I will go right from that chest press into a chest fly. And then from there, without resting, I will go right into my superset on my shoulders, which typically I love an Arnold press where you rotate, like good old Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then a lateral raise. And now that I'm thinking about it, I guess I do a power set sometimes for my shoulders too, because don't never forget, like everything that I just said, like those 3 exercises, it's front of the body, front of the body, front of the body, and a little bit of side, right? So you don't ever want to forget about your back of the body. That should be your main primary focus. So a lot of times now that I'm thinking about it and rambling it out, I'll do like a rear delt fly and stimulate that back half of my shoulder, because we don't want this to get so strong that you end up kind of looking like a Neanderthal, right? And you know, anyway. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you what we're doing. So I'm not going to talk through the video. I'm just going to kind of run through, and I'm going to show you again. I'm just going to do light reps just so you can see what I'm talking about. I'll do 10 push-ups, 10 chest press, 10 chest fly, followed by my lateral raise, Arnold press, and I'll probably run back and do my rear delt fly, and that will be my 1 set. And usually when I'm doing something like that, I'll set the timer for 30 minutes and I'll fly through that sucker as many times as I can in 30 minutes. And if I'll be completely honest, it'll be probably minimum 4, usually around 4 to 6. And on those very, very random days that I'm feeling super energetic, sometimes even 7 sets. But I wouldn't really, I mean, there's no point in just doing like 20 million sets. So choose a minimum, absolute minimum 3. I like 4, maximum go for like 6 reps. And then if you have extra time on the timer, great, bang out some core work. All right, so let's show it. I'm going to do a single arm. Help me focus a little bit more. Kneel for the video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Going out of frame, it's okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why I use the paper machine, that's because it decreases your risk to injury and it really allows you to target one side at a time. If you have any questions about what I did or why I did it the way I did, reach out. Alright, so you guys saw my supersets, or my power sets rather. So I got my push-ups in. They were a little struggly today because I did just finish that exact workout that I just demonstrated. So I'm already a little tired. I got 5 rounds in doing what I said right before I demonstrated with the 30 minutes. So if you guys have any questions or if you have any tweaks in your joints or whatever, again, that's why we're here. Talk to me. I'll help you be successful. But just remember, the whole point is progressively overloading your muscles, starting with good form, doing as well as you can, as quickly as you can, with minimal rest as you can, but ample rest to be able to do all the reps well. So that will not only stimulate muscle growth, it'll stimulate strength, and it'll also stimulate endurance, because it's great to be able to do something once, but rarely ever do you just do something once in life. You want to be able to do something more than once, right? And then not be like super sore or injured after. So let's not just make you strong, let's make you resilient. All right, so y'all have a wonderful day. It is Wednesday, it is pump day, and give me a call, let me know if you have any questions, and again, do not forget to get your workout in. And anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. Bye guys, thanks.